Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IS Academy. Imagine a place which is so small that it barely appears on the map, yet it carries the weight of thousands fleeing war, bullets, as well as burning homes. Ji haan. This is not a story from the Middle East or Africa. This is happening right now in India's northeast, in the tiny state that is Mizoram, as you can see here. That is happening in India's northeast state called as Mizoram. So here, a state where every 33rd person today is a refugee or a displaced person from Myanmar's, where brutal military crackdown, you know, from the ethnic flames of Bangladesh Chittagong hill tracts and from the ongoing heart that is wrenching ethnic violence in Manipur region. As you can see this map, Mizoram has borders with Manipur, you know, it has borders with Myanmar as well as Bangladesh, and all these three regions are in turmoil. You know, all these three regions are in turmoil. Now, the question here is, why is Mizoram doing this? How does a tiny hill state without enough resources for itself become the last hope for thousands fleeing under unimaginable horrors? And more importantly, that why is Mizoram defying India's central government? Why are they risking their own political future to shelter these strangers? And why are they refusing to fence their borders when the rest of the world is building walls? So this is not just a story of a refugee. It is a tale of shared bloodlines, hidden political games, as well as powerful message to the world. So stay with me as we are going to uncover the untold story of a Mizoram, the small state with the biggest heart in the South Asia. So first we need to understand that what is happening in Mizoram. है ना, मिजोरम में क्या हो रहा है, क्या चल रहा है, what is the main context of the news here? Mizoram, a small state in India's northeast region, is facing a big humanitarian crisis because it has given shelter to thousands of people who are fleeing violence and political unrest. From where? Unrest from Myanmar region, from Bangladesh, as well as Manipur, which is also having borders with Mizoram, which is another Indian state. Now, this shows the compassion and kindness of Mizoram despite its small size and limited resources. Now, who are these displaced people? अब ये कौन लोग हैं, कहां, है ना, क्या ऑफिशियल नंबर्स हैं इनके? So we need to understand. So as you can see here, official figures, as per official figures, around 33,000 people from Myanmar, and they are mostly Chin ethnic group. Second, 2,200 people from Bangladesh, and they are from Bon community in Chittagong hill tracts, and around 5,500 plus Kuki-Zo people from Manipur, internally displaced due to the ethnic violence in Manipur since May 2023. So together these people, if we see the reports, so together these people, they make up around 3% of Mizoram population as per 2011 census, as you can see here. So now the question here is, why these people are coming? What is the main reason? So we need to understand the neighboring areas of Mizoram. Mizoram has borders with Myanmar, Mizoram has border with Bangladesh as well as Manipur. So we need to understand this. So why are they coming? First of all, Myanmar. So if we see Myanmar, currently in Myanmar, political turmoil is there. So political turmoil and military crackdown in Myanmar since 2021. That is, ethnic violence is also there. Then with respect to Bangladesh, if we see Bangladesh, so ethnic tensions are there in Chittagong hill tracts. Ji haan, ethnic tensions are there. Then with respect to Manipur, ethnic violence between the communities in Manipur since May 2023. This is the main reason. Now, the question here is, how are they living? So how are these people living? Now, try to understand. that these people do not live in proper refugee camps, but they are spread across 11 districts of Mizoram, as you can see here in this map. 11 districts of Mizoram, like Aizawl, as you can see here, Kolsev, Mamit, then Lunglei, then as you can see here, Longklai, Siaha, and then Longlai, then Hunatai, then Sharship, then Kwazwal, then Champai, and Satwal. All these districts, 11 districts of Mizoram, they are living. So some stay with their relatives or rent houses, and in place like Champai district, अगर आप ये देखें, ये आप सभी को district दिख रहा होगा, which is having the border area with Myanmar. So in the places like Champai district, here there is a small village called as Jokhathar. Jokhathar. There is a small village called as Jokhathar in Champai district, which is near to the India-Myanmar border. And it is said that over 6,000 Myanmarese refugees are living here. How many refugees? Over 6,000 refugees from Myanmar, they are living here. That means about half live in 5 camps, which is made of bamboo and tarpaulin sheets. And then those who can afford rented houses, they are living in rented houses. Now, how is the life in camps? अब अगर हम एक चीज देखें तो अब कैंप्स में लाइफ कैसी है? So very basic conditions like small compartments are there, 6 by 8 feet for small families, 6 by 12 feet for bigger families. The people, they are sleeping on bamboo floors, cooking with firewood or charcoal in our shared kitchens, and government only provide rice and basic healthcare necessities. Then drinking water from village bodies and other needs they met through the donations or by working as a daily laborers. So this is the most important thing. Now I would like to give you one important example, individual ka example hai, which is there in the newspaper Times of India also, and that individual is Lal Ram Mavi. जी हाँ, that individual जिसकी स्टोरी दी हुई है लाल राम Mavi. Now, Lal Ram Mavi, his age is 44, from Myanmar region, Kalamayo region of Myanmar. He fled in September 2021, and after his house was bombed in 2021, then he crossed into India with a family via which river? Via Tayu River. है ना, Tayu River bridge into that Champai district area or Zokhathwar village. Now they are living in Bethel main camp, and he says that life is very hard, but we are safe here. Our only goal is survival now. ठीक है. Apart from this, government has also started biometric data collection. So this was started from July 2025. है ना? This is starting from July 2025, and Mizoram is beginning a biometric and demographic data collection of Myanmar refugees. जितने भी म्यांमार से refugees आए हैं, उनका biometric data collection किया जा रहा है. For what purpose? For security and humanitarian reasons. Second thing here is to keep a track of displaced people. Now, what about legal status of these people? So, agar hum, if we talk about the legal status, do you think that India is a signatory of UN Refugee Convention? No. India is not a signatory to the UN Refugee Convention. So these people are called as displaced persons. They are not called as refugees. If India would have been the signatory of this UN convention, then these people will be called as the refugees. But India had not signed this convention, so these peoples are called as displaced persons. There is no separate budget for their welfare, and that is why Mizoram के जो home minister है K Sabdanga, as you can see here, Mizoram's home minister K Sabdanga. Now he said only after Myanmar becomes stable can formal talks happen. This was said by him. Okay, what is the role of local community and NGOs here? So let's try to understand the role of local community and NGOs. The most important and biggest NGO is Young Mizo Association. Ji haan, YMA, as you can see here, Young Mizo Association. This is the role of NGO. What they are providing? This NGO is providing food, clothes, as well as medicines. But donations are falling now as people face donation fatigue. So, apart from this, if we talk about Manipur refugees, है ना, Manipur refugees की अगर हम बात करें, who are also called as internally displaced people, IDP. So, the refugees from Manipur Kuki community, they live in slightly better condition. जो मणिपुर के refugees आए हैं, they are actually living in better condition. One example is also there in the newspaper, and the name is Robert Gangte from Sugnu. Robert Gangte from Sugnu, Chandel district of Manipur. Now, he said that he fled in May 2023 after the violence erupted, and right now he is living in Rajiv Awas Yojana colony in Aswal area. And he also said that he works as a daily laborer, earns about 600 rupees per day if he finds work. Now, Manipur refugees, they also get ration support from the government. Now, why does Mizoram welcome refugees? Now, the question here is, why does Mizoram is welcoming the refugees? This we need to understand, that why Mizoram is welcoming the refugees. Now, first of all, let me tell you that Mizoram shares ethnic and cultural ties with the refugees. Now, what kind of ties? कौन से लोग हैं? Mizo, they are Indians. Chins from Myanmar and Bawams from Bangladesh. All these tribes belongs to the larger Zo ethnic group. इनका कहना है all these communities belongs to the larger Zo ethnic group, and they speak related languages and they also share customs. So many have family across the borders. That is why Mizoram is also opposing the border fencing. इसीलिए मिजोरम क्या कर रहा है? Opposing border fencing. Like Home Minister Sabdanga, Mizoram Home Minister Sabdanga said, people on both the sides of Tiayu River, they are same. So we will not accept border fencing. It was said by the Home Minister Sabdanga of that means Mizoram. है ना? ठीक है. So, what is the Mizoram's political role in Myanmar crisis? So, Mizoram's political role in Myanmar crisis. Now, let's try to understand. This year in February, that is in February 2025, Mizoram CM, that is Lal Duhoma. He is the CM of Mizoram, that is Lal Duhoma. So Mizoram CM Lal Duhoma, he helped to unite two Myanmar rebel groups. आप देख सकते हैं, है ना? Mizoram CM helped to unite the two Myanmar rebel groups. कौन से वो दो groups हैं? Chin Land Council and Interim Chin National Consultative Council. So he helped to merge Chin Land Council and Interim Chin National Consultative Council merged, and he also said these two rebel groups should be merged to form a Chin National Council. अच्छा, अब इसका पर्पस क्या था? The purpose was stronger resistance against Myanmar's military junta rule. So this shows that Mizoram is not just giving aid. Mizoram is also trying to solve the root cause of the refugee crisis. But there are some differences with the central government. Now, what are those differences with central government? So let's try to understand. Center की policy क्या है? What is the policy of center? Their focus is on stopping illegal entry and no refugee recognition. What is the focus of Mizoram? Mizoram policy is focus on humanitarian help. Now, in March 2021, Center told border states to stop illegal Myanmar refugees. Mizoram's former CM, as you can see here, his image. Now, Mizoram's former CM, whose name is CM Zoram Thanga. His name is Zoram Thanga. Now, Mizoram former CM Zoram Thanga rejected this order, and current CM, that is Lal Duhoma, also saying helping refugees is more important than the immigration rules. So, this is the difference between the center as well as Mizoram state. Now, overall, if we see this article, so Mizoram, despite being a small and poor, has shown a big heart by sheltering over 40,000 displaced people from Myanmar, Bangladesh, as well as Manipur. And they live in tough conditions, but safe from violence. So the Mizos feel that it is their duty to help because of their shared ethnicity, culture with many refugees. And the state also disagrees with the center's harsh stand and is helping, and even Mizoram is playing a peacemaking role in Myanmar's political crisis. So this is the most important issue. So overall, we can say that as the world debates about the migrants, borders, and the walls, Mizoram quietly showing that what it means to be human first. And here is a state that does not ask for your passport. It doesn't check your visa. It only asks, are you in pain? Are you in danger? So, despite their own poverty, despite growing fatigue, and despite political pressure, the people of Mizoram, we can see the people of Mizoram, they have welcomed tens of thousands because they do not see them as outsiders. They see them as their own people, sharing the same blood, language, as well as history. But now, question hangs heavy. Now, what is that question? How long can Mizoram keep carrying this weight alone? Will India and the world finally step up to share this burden or not? Or will this incredible act of compassion slowly crumble under pressure? Because remember, Mizoram is not just fighting to shelter others, it is fighting to keep alive something the world is slowly losing, and that is humanity itself. So if this video or if this story moved you, share this video. Let the world know about Mizoram's quiet courage, because some borders do not just divide lands, they divide hearts also. But in Mizoram, those walls do not exist. Thank you so much.